Com grandes poderes, vem grandes responsabilidades. E é por isso que em mais uma parceria entre Rato de Show e Porque Metal, tive a oportunidade de entrevistar o Thobbe Englund, guitarrista do Sabaton, um dos grandes headliners que vem para o Bangers Open Air, festival que acontece entre os dias 2, 3 e 4 de maio em São Paulo, no Memorial da América Latina. Nesse bate-papo, perguntei algumas coisas para o Thobbe desde seu retorno à banda após 8 anos da sua saída, um pouco sobre o filme The War to End All Wars, que estreou no último dia 11 de março e já está disponível na maioria das plataformas de streaming, e é claro, o tão aguardado retorno do Sabaton às terras brasileiras e a expectativa um pouco da banda sobre o show. E é lógico, tentando ali tirar uma casquinha ou outra para ter informações aí, um pouco de spoilers talvez sobre como vai ser essa apresentação. Então, antes da gente começar, não se esqueça de curtir, se inscrever e deixar no seu comentário aí depois o que você achou desse papo e bora lá.
So, pleasure to meet you once again. My name is Pedro. And yeah, let's kick things off then.
Yep.
So, babe, it's been, it's kind of an old news, but it's been a little bit over a year since your official returning to the band. And just yesterday, you guys posted this quick reels that was really funny about a little bit of the past and the present between even you and Chris. And still, how is being living all of this? And did you have any periods that you kind of needed a little bit of adjustment that you didn't expected with this coming back, or the camel pants already fitted right on off the go?
Well, to tell you the truth, the camel pants, they were a size bigger this time. Otherwise, everything was back to normal. I stayed in very close contact with the guys during all these years since I left back in 16. We even wrote some songs together, and we always made sure to stay in touch, barbecuing, having beers, visiting each other, family things, and stuff like that. So when I got the question, it was like, so Tommy's leaving. Wow, and yeah, yeah, of course, because it was a perfect timing for me. Because when I quit in 16, I was a bit worn out, and I wanted to slow down a bit, and focus a little bit on my own music and stuff like that. But also have a kid, buy a house, and all that. And then now, when the guys asked me if I would like to rejoin, it was a no-brainer for me. It was like, yes, the circle is absolutely complete. So it was the best that could ever happen. And my son
Nice.
is 6 years old now, and his favorite band is Sabaton. So there you go.
So it was like kind of riding a bicycle then, just.
Yeah, definitely. It was like all the old songs we used to play was like, I remember one song in particular, Art of War. I just put it on, put my guitar on, and spotless, from the beginning to the end. And I was like, yeah, I'm back.
Oh man, that's awesome. Awesome
Yeah,
to
it was
hear.
great.
And still on this page about returnings. This year you guys will kick the legendary tour, right? And for this year in particular, we have like this super special moment that is the beginning of the tour here in Brazil on Bangers Open Air. And not only it's like it's been a while since last time that Sabaton played here, but also for you, it marks almost 10 years since the last time you saw the Brazilian stages.
It was
And
actually it's actually 11 years, 14.
oh, okay. So even a little bit, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Time
So
flies. Yeah.
a while, right? And how is like the overall expectation, not only about the guys, but yourself? Like when you think about like the word Brazil, is there something that pops on your mind? Maybe a memory or even a history, a story that left a mark?
The first word that pops into my mind when I hear Brazil or when I read Brazil, it's warmth. And it's not about the heat, the climate, it's the people. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's it's something about the fans of Brazil are so kind and so passionate, and it shows when you play there. I remember when we played there the first time, and it was like, wow, it was a crazy feedback between us and the crowd, like amazing.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
that I've missed that a lot, and I'm so looking forward to this because, as I said, it's been a while, 11 years on my
Yeah,
personal. Yeah,
for sure. Maybe set those expectations even higher because being on the stage that you guys will be at and with the big people, like so thousands of people, I feel that would be like a awesome day for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah. I'm absolutely sure it's going to be pure magic, definitely.
And based on the previous years, a little bit warm, climate wise, I would say.
Oh
So
yes, yes. A
be
bit different
prepared on
from
that
here.
end. Sorry.
Now we have like, I would say around 0 Celsius, so it's about freezing point right now here. So it's a bit different, yes.
Just a little bit. I
Yeah.
would say I must say that I envy you guys a little bit on that end.
I understand perfectly. I'm not built for heat. The other guys in the band call me and Chris the polar bears because we're from up north, 1,000 kilometers up north in Sweden. That's where we're from. So that's even colder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
We don't
Sometimes,
deal with the heat very well, but we'll
yeah.
manage.
Well, make sure to bring the sunscreen, please.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Lots of
must.
water.
And still on this beginning of the year subject, still like from like the last show you guys performed like at the end of last year, right? To Brazil,
Cruise.
it's kind of a little bit of a gap time
Yeah.
wise, and having like this initial show kicking the year off, is there any kind of challenges that you guys feel like kicking in the tour like the first time? Do you guys have, or you in particular have any kind of ritual that you do before you leave your home for such a long time?
For me personally, not really any kind of specific rituals or something. It's just that I see to it that I'm very well rehearsed and that I'm on top of my game when it comes to guitar playing. I would never ever stand on a stage with a huge crowd, never feel that to 100% that I'm gonna pull this off. And it's like also when you're playing, heavy metal is an intense kind of music genre. When it comes to guitars, everybody knows that guitar solos are pretty fast and intense and shredding and all that. So you need to be kind of on your toes there. And I'm always, I love to play, so I play a lot. And for that reason, I'm always very well prepared when I'm going on stage. And I guess that goes with all the other guys as well. I mean, even though we have a break now from the last show we did was the cruise, the Sabaton cruise. And so we have a huge gap, but we all practice, because we love what we do. And then we're gonna of course meet and rehearse. It's gonna be so nice to see the boys again.
Oh, that's nice to hear. And I mean that also doesn't mean that you guys didn't happen to be quite busy recently, right? You just released the movie,
Oh
right?
yeah.
The War to End All Wars. And how was that process? I mean, I do I only can imagine that the whole process itself took even maybe a little longer before you have joined. But since you already mentioned that you always were in touch and all, had you also take on part of this process? Like how was like
I
the
never took part in this, other than I had Per send me some drafts, from what was going to become the final product, and I sat down. Me and my wife sat down and watched it, and it was when I wasn't in the band. So it was because they've been working on this for a very long time. And I don't know much details about this, actually, to be honest. But I remember watching and learning about this because Per was very proud about this, and he came by our house one day and we started to talk about this. This is many years ago, and it was because he has this ambition, this idea, and all that. And it was it struck me from being an outsider at the time, not being in the band, how impressive and how much work there is into everything. And so that's from my side of it, so to speak, because I wasn't involved in any of the production thing or the planning or anything like that. So that's more a question I would say to Per, to get a straight
Okay,
answer.
but still, I mean, unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to watch it yet. And for those that are hearing us and are unfamiliar with, you can already watch the movie either on Apple TV, Prime, and YouTube that was launched
Yeah,
on March 11th, right? But
yeah.
and thinking about the movie, you saw that you when you were watching, like without maybe giving without spoilers, is there any like part that it was like your absolute favorite, the one that struck you the most within the movie?
Uh, I would say that it depends on from which perspective you view it, and I don't want to spoil it to anybody. So because it's based on
Yeah,
history and all that, so
yeah.
I would also say that, well, it's of course objective and subjective in a way. So everybody
Okay.
has to have their own kind of. You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Okay, okay. Let me try again with another one then. Even though it's like made to be very historically accurate, is there any kind of a little bit of Easter eggs, maybe band related, or any Easter eggs for the whole Sabaton community that if they see the movie, they kind of can spot something on the air, or
It would be very stupid of me to reveal that. Don't you
Oh,
think?
okay, fair enough. Okay, sometimes no answer is already an answer.
Yeah.
Okay, and getting back a little bit about your upcoming show here in Brazil. Um, Banger's Open Air is already like this this big space with big structure that fills in a lot of people. What would you say that the audience can expect from the concert, and from both perspectives, if those that are familiar with Sabaton and those that will have their first impression there?
Yeah. Well, you can expect the Sabaton that's very hungry coming back again. And we want to present Sabaton at its best. We're also happy to come back. And it's been, as we were talking about earlier, it's been a while. And we're going to play, we have a great set list. And it's pretty hard to put a set list together because there's 25 years of Sabaton. So you have to squeeze in the classics with the new ones and the ones that we like personally and whatnot. But I think it's now well balanced. And to the people that haven't seen Sabaton before, this is also it's like a challenge to win them over into the Sabaton family. It's like um, we all think the same when it comes to this. If there are people that haven't heard Sabaton, we're gonna show them Sabaton. So they're gonna go home and they're not gonna be disappointed when they get home. They're gonna think, "Wow, shit! I need to check this band out."
Yeah, 100%. And looking forward, it will be my first time seeing you guys live, so really, really looking forward to it. And again, and I'm feeling a little bit bad with myself because I'm feeling a little bit the spoiler guy, but again, without any spoilers. But and as soon as you within this last year, is there any music that you really enjoyed perform as soon as you came back, like live? I mean, like that like really got to you, like, oh man,
Yeah,
I was like really missing, or oh, this one is super cool to play out live.
yeah, definitely. That's a thank you for the question. That's a nice question to answer because obviously the old good ones that I played hundreds of times, like Out of War and all those the classics, but not performing the new songs, from the Great War. I was there writing a song together with Joachim on the Great War album. So, but to play the other ones, that was Fields of Verdun, which we had played live before. But to play the songs that I haven't played before and going out on tour like we did with Judas Priest in the spring and the fall, and playing Bismarck. That was a favorite of mine. When I heard that song, it was a definite favorite. And to play that, do 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 do, and to get the pinch harmony, and I love that song. And Dreadnoughts also a favorite, and Stormtroopers, because then I get to show off a bit. The shredding is kind of Yngwie Malmsteen style. I love that song. That's great. And Christmas Truth. It's a lot of great songs.
Oh, that's awesome. Super awesome to hear. And who knows if maybe we can see them, you play them live, but no
Maybe you
spoilers
never
again.
know.
And going for our last question today, actually kind of a three bundle in one that we always ask to everyone that we interview. Um, if were for you to pick one song from Sabaton, one song that you always heard since you were young and that you feel that will stick to you until you're you know forever, and one song that is kind of new for you, not necessarily like a new released song, but one that you discovered recently and you are hearing a lot.
You mean with Sabaton, a song that I
Yeah,
can.
the first one is a Sabaton song, like one song from Sabaton that you really like,
Mm,
and the other one beyond Sabaton, like one that you grew
okay,
up with and will stick with you, and the third one from another band that you recently hear and
all
is
right,
sticking with you.
I get it. Sabaton song, a favorite Sabaton song. Woo, that would be. I would say Bismarck qualifies. It's very high up there.
Okay,
Also,
fair enough.
Out of War, Price of a Mile. Um, and then what was the next one? A song that meant a lot to me, right? From any
Yes,
band, like.
yes,
Um,
yes.
whoa, that's just one song. uh, that would,
Yeah.
for me as a guitar player, would be kind of Black Star with Yngwie Malmsteen. But I would say Painkiller with Judas Priest because that has everything, and that's me basically.
Perfect.
And then something that I discovered recently.
Yes, not necessarily a new release song, but something that you discovered recently. And
Yeah, I would say there's a Swedish band called Nestor. I don't know if you've heard about them.
yeah,
They got a song, 1989. That's a
yeah,
fucking wonderful song.
that one
You know,
stick on
you
the
get
head.
all
Yeah,
those
fair enough.
flashbacks going back to the day when I started to play guitar and stuff like that. And, it got the perfect vibe of what was going on at the time. That's something that's really cool.
Awesome. Oh man, that was a really awesome answers. And hey, I just need to thank you for your time. Also, both Marcos and Diogo. And yeah, I mean, have an awesome rest of evening and see you guys here soon.
There. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Oh, nice one. Likewise, man. Likewise. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.